folks. Hope all is well. Sorry, I just need to adjust this a little bit. The lighting keeps changing with these longer evenings, which is amazing. And okay, hopefully that should do it. Okay. So you're very welcome this evening. Great to see you all. Hope everybody had a nice day and the sun is shining in Dublin. I hope it is elsewhere as well. So for tonight's practice, I'd like you to come into Virasana. So I know this can be an awful strain on your knees, and if it is, we can just pop a pillow in between your thighs just to give you a bit of space for your knees. And please, if this is way too much, just bring yourself into whatever comfortable seat comes naturally for you. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall, turn your palms to face down, closing the eyes, and just allow ourselves to arrive here this evening to this, our space. And as our eyes close and we start to withdraw, knowing and remembering we are still, most of us, in our homes. But as we settle here for our practice, we can somehow allow ourselves to imagine we're together as a group practicing. And that energy is still cultivated as a group as we come to practice. Whether it's now, in the future, in the past, time doesn't matter when it comes to that movement and that energy of yoga. So as we settle down, taking a moment, as always, to observe how our body is today, whatever we have been doing for the day, and just noticing the tolls and the effects it's had on our physical body. Again, as we sit like this in Virasana, Hero's Pose, notice your shins and that stretch to your knees as you settle down. Feel your sit bones settling on your heels. If you're in cross-legged or another seated pose, just notice the connection of whatever part of your body is with the earth. And again, just observing how your body is doing. And then start to come up to your pelvis. Feel any energy around your hips. When you come to your belly, draw it in and up towards your heart, so you're almost finding a lift in the spine. Notice your breathing belly with each inhalation and exhalation. Notice your shoulders and your arms. Has tension crept into your shoulders, and if so, can we let it go? And as you settle, notice your facial muscles. Soften through the jaw and the eyes. Allow the skin around the face to melt. And just allow yourself to be present, physically here in this moment. And then take a moment to notice the other sheaths or bodies that we embrace, or that we're made of. How our mind is, our thoughts. Are they positive, negative, racing, quiet? Again, not running off on them, just observing. Notice our energy body, if it's there, if there's much energy for us this evening, or if we're a little bit low depleted. Notice, as we settle here, how our emotions are tonight. Are we happy, sad? And then finally, that connection. Connection with each other. Connection with the universe, with our family, friends. Just that sense of connection and well-being. we live in this human body. And as we settle into this version of ourselves, bring your focus around your heart center. And then in this place, think of that intention for your practice this evening. What is it that if you had a little bit more of in your life, you might be a little bit lighter, a little bit happier? Take a long deep breath in and exhale. Again, breathing in. Exhale out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Gently drop the chin to chest. Open the eyes, lift the head and neck. Settling in, we're going to stretch our hands nice and long and just reach. So bring your palms to touch and just gently look up at your hands. So from here, lengthen your tailbone down. So tilt your pelvis and then just lift your heart up as you look up to your thumbs and just feel that stretch in the upper back. Breathe into it. And then exhale, come back to center, lowering your hands down. Walk your right hand out to the right and just extend your left arm over your ear. You can let the hips release to the left a little bit as you draw that left shoulder back and look up under the arm. Feel your sideways expand, notice the space. And then come back up again, palms to touch, lengthen to look up, mini back bend in the upper back. And then exhale, left hand down, and from here walk the right arm under as you stretch, draw the shoulder back. Breathe. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, lowering both hands down. From here, just going to bring your hands to the back of your legs and just softly release down. So if you're in a cross-legged position, you can just extend your hands forward. If you can, bring your hands to your heels and just gently soften down. And then from here, start to lift the hips up, lowering the crown of the head onto the ground. So again, you're not putting any weight on your head. You're just acknowledging the crown of the head and allowing the heart to be higher than the head for a few moments. Feel a stretch through the shoulders, the upper back as you hold on to the heels. Notice your breath. And then exhale, gently draw back. Release your hands to the earth. And wherever you are, let's bring it onto all fours. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are slightly behind. Drop down as you draw the heart forward, arch the back to look up. And then exhale, curl and breathe in the opposite direction as you find more space through the shoulders. Inhale, drop down to lengthen and look up. Exhale to curl. Inhale, drawing up. And then exhale, come back to neutral spine. You're going to bring your right hand forward and then slightly to the midline of your mat. So forward and to the left. And then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to gently draw your left hand underneath your right. And then from here, softly lower your left shoulder to the ground. And then from here, start to use your right hand to rotate and draw that right shoulder over your left shoulder. Now draw your right hip back, keep that expanse through the sideways and breathe. Opening up the shoulders. This is loads. For 1 or 2, we might bring our hands to touch. And just try to stack your shoulders here by straightening both arms. Again, keep working your right hip away. Notice your breath. Replant your right hand and come up. And breathe as you come back to neutral. Drop down, open the heart, lengthen. Exhale to curl it in the opposite direction. Inhale to draw down, neutral. Left hand comes in and forward. Lifting your right hand, draw it under so the right shoulder comes down. Use your left hand again to stack your left shoulder over your right. Breathe as you draw the left hip away. We can stay here, bring our hands to touch. Just feeling into the shoulders. Noticing your breathing. Allow yourself to be present. And then release your hands and come all the way back onto all fours. Drop down, inhale, and exhale, curl. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. Extend your right hand forward and your left leg back. So really reaching in two different directions. Feel like there's space here, like somebody's pulling you, lengthening your spine. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our elbow and knee to touch. And then we're going to inhale and lengthen out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Stay with your breathing. Focus. Notice your breath as you lower your right hand down. Make sure your right wrist and shoulder are aligned. Keep your left leg lifted. You're going to bring your right foot out and off your mat. So over to the side. And then from here, root down through your right hand. You're going to open up the spine, float the left hand up and lift as you breathe, looking up to your left thumb. Find space, reach out through that left heel. And then softly bring the hand back down. Bring the right foot in, left knee down, and once more drop down to open the heart. Exhale, curling it up. Inhale, drawing down. And exhale, come to neutral. Opposite side, your right leg kicks back. And again, don't hike your right hip up. Keep it in line as your left arm reaches. Feel that extension. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Release your left hand down. Left foot comes off the mat. Open up as you extend, lifting your right leg, looking up to your right thumb. Find the space. Notice what's going on in your body. Reach out through that right heel. Exhale, bring it back. And release the knee down. Breathe as you drop in, open the heart. Exhale, curl your toes under, bring your bum back to your heels. Inhale, curl your toes and just float your knees off the ground a little bit. And then exhale, come forward to table pose. Root into your hands, floating table, knees are off the ground. Squeeze the belly in and then lift up and draw back and bring it into your down dog. So pedal it out, feel your body, notice what the mat feels like under your feet. Connect with where your breath is, find space. Lengthening, softening. And then inhale, forward to plank position. So always an option to bring the knees to the ground. Otherwise, stay here, press out. Find your core activated, pressing into your hands. Lengthen and then exhale, knees come down, arch the back, chest and chin forward and down. Inhale, scoop up, lift, using your hands just very slightly to lift yourself up. And then exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Inhale to plank. Again, find that strength. Exhale, knees, arch the back. Chest and chin forward and down. Inhale, scoop up, press to lengthen. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. So again, just notice what it's like to have your head lower than your heart. Feel how this affects your breathing. And then very slowly, start to walk your feet all the way forward to the front of your mat. And when you get there, just soften your knees and just cascade your spine off your hips. Shake your hips, no. Shake your hips, yes. Keep the spine relaxed. Keep the chin in and just uncurl one vertebra at a time to unroll and bring yourself all the way up to stand. So again, as you come here, take a moment to notice how your breathing is. Has anything changed or is it the same? Can you find this steadiness? Can you find this evenness? Separate your feet, hips distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen up. Keep your hip points facing forward and just bring your left foot just slightly behind your right. Okay, so if you can, have your little toes to touch or close enough to that point. Lift up to lengthen and exhale, just hinging over the hips. Softly bring yourself down as low as you can get. If your fingers reach the ground, fabulous. If not, don't worry, just work towards it. You can have your knees bent, hands to the earth, and then start to work at straightening the legs a little bit. Breathe into your body. Notice how your breath feels as you're crunched down in this position. And then inhale, halfway up, exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Separate your feet. And take a moment. Opposite side, left leg in front, right foot behind. And again, see if you can get the toes close enough to each other. Lift up, even out your hips, and then exhale. Draw the heart forward and down. Bending your knees if you need to. See, can we get our hands to the earth? And then as our hands reach the earth, see, can we start to work at straightening the legs and folding into ourselves. Turning inwards, feeling that stretch of the outer IT band. Watch the space of the back body. Inhale, halfway up. Hands onto your hips and bring it all the way up. And release. Separate your feet. And coming once more into your Tadasana. Extend your right hand nice and long. Reaching through that right sideways. All we're going to do is release the left hand down. So you can let the hips release out to the side. Extend the hands over and looking up under that right arm. Breathe in, breathing out. Find more space to that side waist. Come back up. Opposite side, right hand down as you release the hips out and stretch out through the other side. So again, create more space. Breathe. Come back up. Release both hands down to interlace behind you. Roll your shoulders open. Make sure again the feet are hips distance apart and exhale, soften forward and down as you release your arms up and over your head. Again, working into the shoulders. Connect with where your body is. Stay with your breathing. And then staying low, just release your hands to the earth. Toe heel your feet hips distance apart and softly lower down into your squat. So it could just be here. If we can come all the way down, then bring it all the way down. Use your elbows to open up the knees. And again, just feel what's happening here in my hips. How is my body doing today? Can I stay with whatever tightness is there? And can I exhale and just let it go? Inhale. Release your hands. Exhale. Slowly start to straighten up. Turn your toes. Slowly toe heel your feet to center. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out and up. And then exhale into your heart. Taking a breath. And really feeling how your body is doing today. Right now. Having moved. Are we letting go? Are we noticing more tension than we thought was there? Can we remember our intention for the practice? Open the eyes. We're going to start off bending our knees and just bringing ourselves into Utkatasana. So a little bit of pranayama here. If we feel like we've got high blood pressure or we feel we could be a little bit dizzy, just long deep breaths. Otherwise we're going to come into Kapalabhati. So skull shining breath. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale and you're just going to force the exhale and let the inhale come naturally. So on a slow version, let's inhale and out through the nose as quickly as you can. So when you're ready, inhale and deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen to look up. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, right knee comes down. Breathe as you lift both hands up towards the ceiling. Even out the hips and sink. Feel your breath. Notice it. Staying present. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips, straighten up the left leg and fold forward and down, waking up your hamstring. Staying here, hands to the earth and soften. Draw that left thigh bone back. Notice your breathing. Feel what happens when you did the Kapalabhati breathing exercise. When you're ready, draw back. Inhale, bend your knee. Step back, plank position. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And back into your downward facing dog. Big deep breath in. And big deep breath out. Big deep breath in. And exhale. Float your right leg up nice and high behind you. Exhale, big step forward in between your hands. Left knee comes down. Both hands onto your right thigh. So again, even out the hips and sink it forward. Right hip back, left hip forward. Float the hands up. Notice how your breath is. Now make sure you're curling the tailbone under and you're drawing the belly in and up towards the heart. Feel that space. Softening. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, straightening that right leg. Even out the hips, find length. Exhale, fold. Forward and down. Whatever degree is there for you, it's not a competition. Just noticing where your body is. Staying present. Inhale, bending into that right knee. Exhale, big step forward. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, press your fingers, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi and Tadasana. Stay with your breath. Again, bend your knees and brush your fingers to the earth. Extend the hands, Kapalabhati breathing again. So again, only move if this feels right for you. You're going to inhale, out to the nose, hex, hex, hex. Hex, hex, hex. Exhale, a big deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen to look up. Exhale, right, left leg back to the back of the mat, left knee comes down. Inhale, float it all the way up. Find that space. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side. Draw your chest forward, reach the hands back, curl the left toes under and lift up. Inhale, bring the hands forward and up, coming into your high lunge. Always an option to leave that knee on the ground if that feels better. Keep drawing the left hip forward, cactus the arms. Breathe as you rotate to the right. Right hand down the right leg, left arm comes up and over. Breathe, again, knee down if that feels like it's too much. Exhale, come back, left hand down and right arm up. Twist as you rotate. Stay with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, both hands to the ground, step it back. Plank position. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come into your breath. Find that space. Find that steadiness. From here, step your left leg forward in between your hands. Left knee down, float both hands up. Find that length. Exhale, soften the chest down, reach the hands back, curl the right toe under, and come in to a high lunge. Again, always an option to stay low. Inhale, float the hands up. Soften your breath. Staying present. Cactus the arms. And rotate. Left arm down that leg, right arm up and over. Breathe, twist. And then exhale, right hand down and left hand up, looking at your thumb. Focus on your breath. Really connect. Lower both hands to the earth. Inhale, big step forward. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, brush your fingers, Utkatasana. Exhale all the way up. Samastitihi, Tadasana. Breathing. Staying present, and again, always just returning in. Where am I now? Can I feel my heartbeat as I warm up my body? Last round of Kapalabhati, you're going to bend your knees, brush your fingers, Utkatasana. Stay here, deeply breathing, or inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back to lengthen. Exhale, step or hop back. And again, flow through your vinyasa or take just downward facing dog. Whatever feels right for you, knees, chest and chin. Stay with your breathing. Notice it as you float your right leg up nice and high. Bend your right knee, point your knee to the sky. And then just do circles with your right ankle. And then change in the opposite direction. Big step forward in between your hands. Root down here, press back out through the left foot. Bring it all the way up into your high lunge. Take a moment here. Find your breath. And then release into warrior two. Looking at your front middle finger. Finding that steadiness as you straighten up your right leg. Draw the right arm forward, stacking that right hip underneath your left. And then surrender your hand down as you float your left hand up. You might just be here. Stay where you are before you start to topple forward. Okay, keep yourself in that beautiful line. Where's your breath? Connecting in. From here, bring your left hand to your hip. Right hand can remain wherever it is on your body. Start to bend into your right knee. Right hand can come to the earth as you open through the chest. And again, float your left hand up. And if it's there, left hand comes out in front of you. Stay focused, grounded, breath steady. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Warrior two. Breathe. Straighten both legs and pivot your feet to the long side of your mat. From here, bring your hands to your hips. Find length as you look up and exhale. Let's fold forward and down. Breathing as you bring your hands to the earth and surrender your head down towards the ground. Notice your breath. Staying present. Inhale, come halfway up. Turn your right toe to the front of the mat. You're going to turn your left toe to the back of the mat. And we're going to start to bend into the left foot. So you can walk your hands along. So you could just stay here. This might be it. Skandasana, for those of us who know it, you're going to lift the left heel off the ground. And come and see if you can bend that left knee, or right heel off the ground. Right toes off the ground even. Left knee bends. So we can just stay here. Or if we can, we're going to play with our balance. Opening up, try to see, can you release the left heel a little closer to the earth? Focus on your breathing, feel that opening through the hips. Again, as I said, you can have your hands on the ground. You can just be here, that's okay. Just feel where your body is. And then everybody, hands to the earth. Slowly walk it all the way forward to the front of your mat where you step back. Downward facing dog. So again, options, flow through a vinyasa, stay in down dog, or rest in child's pose. There is no cheats. We're just allowing our body to strengthen, allow ourselves to be present. Most important thing is to focus on our breath. And then when you're ready to join us again, Come into our downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Open your hip, make sure your shoulders stay in line, and then just do circles with your ankle. And then do circles the other way. And then when you're ready, extend the leg and step all the way forward in between your hands. Root down and bring it all the way up into your high lunge. And then exhale, open, warrior two. Focusing on that front middle finger, tailbone is under, breath is steady. You're purposefully here in the pose. Your left knee is moving to the left. Your right leg is straight. You're lifting the inner arch of the right foot. Your breath is steady. Straighten up that left leg. So again, remember you're stacking to reach as far forward as you can before you soften your left hand down. And again, it might just be here. Perfect for your body. Coming down as low as you can remain symmetric. And then bring your gaze, if there's no strain in the neck, up to your left thumb. Opening out, reaching back. So really getting into those hips. Stay with your breath. Bring the right hand to the hip. Bring the gaze to the earth. Start to bend into your left knee. And if you can, left hand on the ground. So always an option here as well to come up onto your elbow with your right hand up towards the ceiling. Right arm comes over the ear, hand, elbow to your thigh or to the inside of the left foot. Focused, round, steady breath. You will feel amazing, I promise. Stay with it. Inhale, bringing it up. And exhale, settle warrior two. Straighten both legs. Turn your toes to face the front. This time you're going to just walk your heels in a little bit so that your knees are comfortably facing out. So when we come down, we want to see, can we get the knees over the ankles so we're not hanging out over our toes or behind our heels. Ankle and knees. And then from here we're going to inhale. Open it up. Exhale, wrap your right arm under your left. Just take a hold of your shoulders. Position one. Position two, back of the hands. And position three, palm and fingers. Lift up, press the forearms forward and exhale, come down. Goddess pose. So draw your knees back. Lift the inner arches of your feet. Soften yourself down. Big, deep, juicy breath. As low as feels comfortable for you. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release. Opposite side, left under right. Position 1, 2 or 3. Lift the elbows up, press the forearms together, draw them forward. Exhale down. And again, just feel your space. Notice your breath. Keep your tailbone low, keep your belly in and up towards your heart. Root down to inhale up. Exhale, release the hands. Breathe here, hands to hip, find space. Exhale, lower down. Bring your hands to the earth. And again, start to bend this time into your right foot. Okay, so we might just stay here. This is brilliant on your hips if this feels like you've reached your point of extension. If we can, come all the way down, bring it all the way down. Lift the left toes off the ground. Stay here or play with our balance. Where's your breath? Where's your strength? Where's your stability? Where's the joy in the pose? Find your presence. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, walking it all the way forward to the front of your mat. This time you're going to step forward, inhale and exhale, fold. Bend your knees, brush your fingers. Utkatasana. And then exhale, lift up. Samastitihi. And Tadasana. Close the eyes. Feel your breathing. Can we stay present in this moment? Can we notice our likes and our dislikes, our attachments and our aversions, the poses that we love and the poses that we want to run away from? Can we find familiarity in our body response? Can we be present? Softly open your eyes. Again, separate your feet, hips distance apart. Hands come onto your hips. Shift your weight to your right leg. Lift your left. Okay, so you can keep your hands on your hips. All we're going to do is tilt down, come into warrior three. Extend that left leg back. Play with your balance. Hands can remain on your hips. If you wish, bring your hands in front of your heart. And if you can, extend your hands out in front of you. Breathing. So feel the calibration of your right leg. Extend out through your left heel. Focus on your breath. And then bring your hands in prayer. You're going to very slowly come back up to bring that knee out in front of you. Notice you're wobbling, it's okay. Bend your right knee and see about planting your left ankle over your right knee. Now let your tailbone tilt out and start to bend into the right knee. And then if we can, extend the hands back, soaring eagle. Breathe. Doesn't matter if we've fallen out, doesn't matter if we've stopped. If we stop, just make a conscious note of where we are. Be kind to yourselves. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, release. And shake out your right leg. So again, all of this is just options. Where's my body? What do I need to do tonight? Feel your breath. Find comfort in the fact that you are perfect. And all we're doing is building on that perfection. Let go. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands onto your hips. Shift your weight to the left. Bring your right foot out in front of you. And again, tilt here. See about coming into your warrior three. Hands in front of your heart or extend them out in front of you. Really reach your right heel back. Breathe as you play with your balance. And then inhale, coming forward. Oops, chair's in the way. Bring that knee out in front. Bend the ankle. Tilt your tailbone back and start to soften down. Find that steadiness. Hands extend, soaring eagle. Opening your hips. Breathing, even if you're just standing. Close your eyes if you are. Breathe. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, lower down. Well done. Shake out your legs. Come to the front of your mat. Toes and ankles together. Find your breath. Find your steadiness. Open your eyes, bend your knees, brush your fingers. Utkatasana. Breathe. Exhale. Forward fold. Look up to lengthen. Step or hop back. Stay in down dog or let it all go through your vinyasa. Breathe. Bring your feet and mats width apart. Bend your knees and walk your hands back to bring yourself again into your version of squat. Whatever that is for you. Hands in front of the heart. Stay with your breathing. Surrendering down. Bring your hands in front of you. Bring them to the ground. We're going to step the feet together. So again, playing with our Bakasana, our crow pose. This is more of an invitation to see if you can challenge your mind a little bit. Not something we need to do. If we feel we have the strength to lift up, go for it. Otherwise, keeping your knees wide, walk your hands back so your little fingers are nearly at the outside of your mat. Lifting up here and see about bringing the knees to the upper arms. So you're making a little almost platform with your elbows. From here, as you lift up, hands come even closer to the feet. So it's uncomfortable. You can stay here. At any point, if you feel you can, bring your knees in and start to shift your shoulders over your fingers. And then from here, maybe you can lift one leg, maybe you can lift two. Belly in, breath steady. Find your focus. Stay connected with everything and then exhale, slowly release it down. Super, bring your knees to the ground. Toes touching, knees wide. Settle down into your child's pose. Notice your breathing. Stay connected with it. And then gently walk your hands out in front of you and bring it into your downward facing dog. Bring your right elbow to the earth and then your left elbow. Stay here for a moment. And then if you can, bring your left elbow up and then your right. Left elbow down, right elbow down. Left elbow up, right elbow up. Okay, we can keep working on that. Again, always an option to have your knees down. You're still building strength here. For the rest of us, knees on or off the ground, you're going to bring both elbows down at the same time. Then grip on the mat, engage through your foot core, pull both arms up off the ground at the same time. Again, see, can we bring both down? Grip onto your mat as you bring both up. Wonderful. Knees to the earth, tummy back, and soften. Surrendering down. Feel your back body opening. Stay with your breathing. Coming up, keeping your forearms on the ground, you're going to interlace your hands. And from here again, option to have your knees on the ground, but have them slightly behind your hips, or knees off the ground, and walk it in. So if your knees are on the ground slightly behind, that's okay. You're just going to work to bring your chin forward and over your hands, and then press to bring it back. Okay, for the rest of us, going to lift up, bring it forward, and push it back. Bringing it forward, and pushing it back. Bringing it forward, and releasing back. See, have we got one more in us? Pressing it back. Knees down, bum back, and settle. Feel the space in your back body as you breathe, allowing yourself to surrender. And then bringing yourself up. So we're going to come into our inversion, and as always, I invite different levels, different stages. The only time we don't invert at all is if we're ladies in our menstrual cycle, or if we feel like we've got a lot of high blood pressure. If you want to bring your mat to the wall, you can go ahead and bring your mat to the wall. For most of us who are just moving through the first few stages of our headstand practice, just follow me and stop when you get to the point that you've had where your body is the limit of your body. So all we're going to do to start is bring our elbows to the ground and grab opposite elbows. Okay, so that is the space we need, because here the bone is doing the work and the muscle just gives it the support. You bring your hands out in front of you and you make a nest so that the only thing that's on the ground is the little finger. It's like you've built a wall up with the rest of the fingers. You bring your head down. Chin is very slightly tucked in so that you've got a bit of your forehead on the ground and a bit of the top of the head. Now when you're here, try not to collapse in. See, can you lift as if you want to lift your head off the ground? Press into your elbows, draw the shoulders back. And then we can walk the knees in and we can just stay here. You're getting so many of the benefits. This is a massage for the organs, massage for the heart. Pressure is off the heart as the blood comes running to the head. For those of you who want to go a bit further, press into your elbows, curl your toes and walk your legs in. So again, we can just stay here. Or if it's there, lifting your legs up and coming into your headstand. Find the length in your body. Keep pressing into your elbows and focus on your breathing. Wherever you are, stay steady. Keep pressing down through the forearms. And then exhaling, to very softly bring your legs back down. And wherever you are, settle back again into your child's pose. And as you settle into child's pose, feel what's happening in your body. Noticing that space. And then gently bring it up. Come up onto your knees and curl your toes under. From here, bring your hands to your back. Lengthen your tailbone under. Lift up through your heart. This again could be lows. You might feel it in your back body. Really important here that your tailbone comes under. So instead of tilting out, you're tilting forward. Pelvis forward, belly in and up, hands on your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stay here comfortably. If we have space, we're going to lift our left arm up and back to take the left ankle. Right arm up and back to take the right. Now make sure here you're pressing your pelvis forward. Head and neck can stay here. If there's no strain in the neck, extend the head back. Opening through your throat chakra. Stay with your breath. Bring your chin in. Inhale, come up. If we can, keep the toes curled under. Remember, pillow in between if that feels better. And start to stretch out your toes. Don't forget the little toes. Get them involved as you settle back. How's your breath? How present are you in this moment? Coming back up. Again, for a few of us who got there really comfortably, you can bring the top of the feet on the floor. For the rest, keep your toes curled under, hands on your back. Again, staying here if this is loads. Or if we wish, right hand comes back, left hand comes back, pressing the pelvis forward, opening the chest, and release the head and neck back. Keep hugging the ankles in towards each other. Keep lifting up through the chest. Focused. Breathe. Chin in. Lift up. And exhale. Top of the feet on the floor. And again, sit back. Pillow in between the thighs and the calves, if that feels right. Come to neutral. And then when you're ready, just bring your legs out in front of you. Remove any flesh from the sit bones and sit up nice and tall. Press out through the big toe mounds. Sit nice and tall as you bend your right knee and then step your right foot up and over. Twist we all know so well. So left leg remains straight, or if we can bring it to the outside of the right hip but have your right hip rooted, go for it. Extend your left hand up, bring your right hand behind you, keep your gaze forward. You're going to twist and bring the left arm around the knee, root down into the mound of the big left toe, keep that left knee pointed up. If we can, we're going to come outside, and then we're going to twist and look over the right shoulder. Head and neck, the very last thing to get involved. Lengthen on the inhale, twist on the exhale. Squeezing out the organ, stay with the breath. Inhale, come back to center, release the hands up. Now exhale, straighten out your left leg, straighten out your right. From here, bring your hands to the earth, and then float the legs, float the hands, bringing it into your boat pose. So you can have your legs bent, if you can have them straight. Feel space, lengthen, inhale. And then exhale, releasing down. Find your breath. Left leg comes up and over your right. Stay with your right leg straight, or bring it to the outside of the left foot, but make sure the left hip is down. Left hand behind, right hand comes up. Position 1, twisting. Position 2, elbow in front. Last thing we do is bring the gaze. You're not hanging out over the back hand. That's really just a lever to rotate as you look over your left shoulder. Keep twisting. Keep breathing. Finding space. Inhale a bit more. And then exhale. Counter twisting. When you're ready, rocking your weight back and see, can you come straight into your boat pose. Lift up. Find that space. And then exhale, release the feet down. And come once more to sit. From here, you're going to bend your right knee and you're going to bring that ankle over knee as we did in that soaring eagle. Encourage your knee to come down and flex the right foot. Hands come by your side. For some of us, we might be able to bring the left shin directly underneath. Log stacking pose. So the foot is not close to the hip, it's away. The shins are touching parallel. Wherever we are, either with this leg straight or bent, inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, slowly bring it forward as you surrender into yourself. Let those hips release. All that stress and anxiety and tension, let it go. With each inhale, breathe in space. With each exhale, let go tightness. Let go of the emotions. Walk it back in. And release the hands once more, extend the legs. And this time just flip-flop from right to left. Opposite side, right leg straight, left ankle on knee. Sitting here, tall. This is loads, fabulous. You can stay. If there is enough space to stack those hips, you might be up here with it. If you're here, maybe straighten out that right leg. Otherwise, stacking shins, knees, feet. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, fold. And notice, okay, this side is a little bit tighter. This side is a little bit juicier. Where is my body? Each breath in, bringing space. Each exhale, release it. Make sure you're flexing that left foot. Keep protecting the knee, pressing out through the ball of the left toe. Noticing your breathing. Surrendering into the fold. Slowly walk it back in. Super. Gently release. Flip-flopping left to right. Straighten out your legs. Remove any flesh from the sit bones. Float the hands high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Again, it might just be here. Might be here. Back straight. Shoulders back. Breath steady. This could be perfect. If you can get a little bit lower, go for it. Make sure you're not rounding to get there. Keep the shoulders back. And then surrender. Where is your breath in all of this? As the practice slows down, where are your thoughts? Where's your mind? Releasing. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Bend your knees, extend your hands. And one vertebra at a time, slowly lower all the way down onto your mat as you draw your knees into your chest. Now widen your knees. Keep your tailbone on the ground, so don't lift your butt off as you bring your feet up towards the ceiling. You can stay here holding your knees, coming into this version of happy baby, or you can walk your hands up your ankles, maybe even taking your feet to draw your knees into the ground, to push your chest forward as your shoulders press into the earth, drawing the knees down closer to the earth. Find your breath. Draw the knees in, bring the head to the knees, squeeze everything tight, tight, tight. And then exhale and expand into your Shavasana. Curl the shoulders under. You can bring the feet nice and wide, bring the hands nice and wide. Take a long deep breath in and exhale and melt onto the earth. Big deep breath in and exhale as you surrender. Start to release your toes, the soles of your feet, the top of your feet and your ankles. Relax your calves, your shins and your knees. Let go of your thighs and your hips. Relax through the pelvis as your belly softens. Allow the lungs to fall to the back of the rib cage as the shoulders melt. Relax the arms and the elbow, the forearms and the wrist. Notice here that gentle curve in your palm as your fingers yearn for the heavens. As the shoulders work their way into the earth, relax your neck and your head. Soften the forehead and the skin around the eyes. Relax the jaw. Let the tongue melt in the mouth. Let the eyes soften in the sockets. Let everything go. With each exhalation, let go of the anxiety, let go of the lack of control, let go of the fear. With each breath in, build strength, build resilience, build joy, build gratitude. Life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it is ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing. Hold on through the awful. And relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living. Heartbreaking, soul healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. Staying here for as long as you feel comfortable, soaking in the efforts of your practice. And if you are ready to move out, roll to the right side and just take a few moments here, surrendering onto the earth. Feeling your body a little bit more loose, a little bit more open. Feeling your mind a little bit more open. And then when you're ready, just gently come to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your palms facing upwards, that gesture of giving and receiving. Taking your time. Keeping that beautiful energy that you have created. And then when you come to sit, take a moment to think of another moment in your life that you were really grateful and appreciative for. Promotion in work, a wedding day, birth of a child, maybe even bringing a new puppy into your life. Whatever day that was, take a moment to think of it and allow yourself to feel that joy, that gratitude and appreciation. And allow that joy to fill every cell of your body. And then take a moment to offer yourself that same appreciation and gratitude for carving out this little bit of time to clear away the cobwebs and to bring yourself back into balance. This little bit of time to turn inwards. That continuous search we have for clarity, equanimity, peace and calm. And if you're seated, bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart. If you're still lying down, just bring your right hand onto your heart and take a moment to remember the intention that you placed on this evening's practice. And feel the energy that you have created, that we have created as a group, moving towards that intention. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Bring your hands to your third eye center if you're seated. Thank you for your practice. Bow forward to seal it in. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a good evening. Namaste.